So good afternoon once again. Welcome to our subject, Foundation in Business Finance. Our section is C37B. I hope you can see our syllabus sa monitor ko. Okay, our class schedule is Tuesday, Friday, 2:30 in the afternoon to 4 o'clock. Okay, and as I mentioned a while ago, this is our recurring Zoom link. This is a hybrid class. And what is this subject all about? The general description of this subject is, this is business mathematics and business finance combined. So it's quite a packed subject because you have two major topics being put into one: business mathematics and business finance. So we're going to look at the theories of investment mathematics. So not really the very exotic, the very difficult, advanced investment mathematics, but more on the fundamentals of investment mathematics. So we're going to learn about interest, discounts, the different types of discounts and interest, okay, the different types of cash flows. So we will be introduced to the rudiments of mathematics of finance. Okay, so as I said, we'll take a look at interest or discounts, their applications. We'd like to take a look at annuities, okay, loan payments, and then part 2 will be on financial statements and financial statements analysis, and its interpretation. Okay, so as I said, it's designed to help students appreciate more investment mathematics. Okay, for sure, you know, for example, that it's not good just to put if you're going to work, let's say if you're going to follow that corporate path, nasa corporate ladder kayo, even if you're in the marketing field, if you're employed, then you'll of course you'll be able to earn revenues, earn income. And it's not a good practice just to put your money in the bank. Kasi matutulog lang yan sa savings account nyo. Okay? So instead of putting that in a regular savings bank, regular savings account, which will earn, let's say, 1% interest. No? I haven't checked the market rates now, but it's really very, very low. So if ipapasok mo yung pera mo doon, papatulugin mo ng kunyari 1 taon, yung sabihin natin may 1 million ka, and you're happy that 1%, no? 1%, uy, kumita ng 1% yung 1 million ko after 1 year. So nag-earn siya ng 10,000. Okay? Yung 1 million ko, naging 10,000. By the way, guys, is it okay? I asked a while ago if it's okay to speak in Taglish, no? And no one here is being deprived of any of the explanation, right? Okay, thank you. All right, as I was saying, you invested 1 million and then the interest rate is 1%. Eh, hindi pa sa'yo lahat mapupunta yun. Big Brother will share in the income that you're going to get. 20% yun, withholding tax, no? Final tax. So yung 1% mo, actually ang kikitain lang nun, 0.8. So yung 10,000 mo, makikishare pa si gobyerno doon. Okay, so yung 10,000 mo na na-earn for 1 year, okay, magiging 8,000 na lang actually yun. So is it a wise proposition? Okay, wise proposition ba siya? Well, we'll discuss that, no? Pero ang importante doon, paano nyo na-compute in 10,000? Eh, yung interest yun, that forms part of investment of mathematics of finance. So even if you're marketing students, importante ito. Kasi ang subject na FINBUSF, napaka-practical nito, no? You can't say, I'm marketing naman eh. Hindi ko naman magfo-focus ako later on sa advertising, sa promotion, sa marketing function ng isang business organization. Ops. Okay? Warning lang. Kasi in the real world, kahit na marketing guru ka pa, kailangan mo ng finance sa day-to-day, day-to-day life mo. Okay? Ito yung parents nyo. Maybe some of you have parents who are marketing gurus. Ask them kung importante ba yung finance. sa kanilang daily life. And then they'll tell you, yes, kailangan namin ng finance para ma-budget yung tuition mo dito sa Lasal. And it's not cheap, no? It's not cheap. Your parents are really toiling, hard-earned money just to put you in a very good institution. So gumamit ba sila ng finance? Yes, you bet. Nag-budget yung mga yan. Kasi alam naman natin na nobody in this world lives with an infinitesimal or infinite resource. Kahit yung pinakamayaman, kahit yung may-ari ng Tesla, kilala niyo naman kung sino may-ari ng Tesla o sila Bill Gates. Hindi infinite yung resources nila. Okay? May din yun, may limitation. Even the richest people in this world. So do they need finance? Yes. So kahit na yung pinakamahirap na tao at saka pinakamayaman na tao dito sa mundong to, lahat sila pantay-pantay in that regard. Kailangan ng finance sa daily living. Okay? We'll go to that in greater detail when we go to the second part, which is the fundamentals of finance. At the moment, ang gagawin muna natin, tingnan muna natin yung mathematical concepts ng mathematics of finance. Okay, guys, clear ba tayo so far? Clear ba yung explanation ko na simple lang na explanation yun na don't say that you're marketing students and you will never need finance. That's utterly false. Okay? In the future, if you really become good in your career, tas pinursu mo talaga yung marketing function, pag umaakit ka sa corporate ladder, magiging kunyari, CMO ka, kunyari, Chief Marketing Officer, all the more nakikita mo yung importance ng finance sa corporate life. Hindi pa pwedeng hindi mo isasama yung finance sa budgeting nyo or sa pag-identify ng mga marketing, let's say marketing innovations, marketing strategies. Hindi pa pwede. You cannot escape the tentacles of finance. Okay? So itong subject na to, guys, I'd like to really reinforce that, underscore that. This is a very, very practical subject. Hindi lang natin titingnan yung concept of interest, titingnan din natin yung time value of money. Ayan, napaka-importante yan. Ang marketing people, minsan nagpropose sila ng capital budgeting projects. What are capital budgeting projects? Long-term yun. Long-term because the effect of which will be felt 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the road. So, hindi ka lang basta-basta magpropose ng isang project. Sasabihin mo, ay, tingnan natin yung cash flow. Tingnan natin yung cash inflow, i-compare natin sa cash outflow. Okay, pag mas malaki yung cash inflow, for example, kinompute natin yung cash inflow from years 1 up to years 5. Lumalabas na ang cash inflow 100. I-compare natin siya sa cash outflow from years 1 to year 0 to year 5. Ang lumalabas ng cash outflow, 80. Okay, tagumpay yung project natin. Kasi 100 inflow minus 80 outflow, then may net 20 tayo. Unfortunately, guys, it does not work that way. We have to know the concepts of the time value of money in order to compute properly. Okay? So, I'm telling you this in advance kasi yan ang mga itatakal natin dito sa subject na to. And then, second part, we go to FS. Okay? And a well-meaning business student, whether marketing siya or business management, has to know financial statements. Okay? Later on, magti-thesis kayo. Sa thesis nyo kasama yung mga projections nyo. Kasama yung projected na income statement. Kasama yung projected na balance sheet. Okay? So, please detach yourself from the concept na, ay, business finance, hindi ko kailangan yan kasi marketing ako. Detach yourself from that hula balloon, no? Detach yourself from that false concept, false notion. Mali yun. So if ever, class, everyone, if ever, take this opportunity to really learn more about yung financial statements. I'm not sure if you're ABM sa strand sa high school, but you must have had a subject in accounting and finance, and maybe you hated that. No? maybe you hated that subject. Hate na hate na talaga. And I'd like to encourage you to maybe shift and change your notion about that. Kasi kakailanganin nyo dito, kahit na pinili nyo yung marketing, dahilan sa ayaw nyo ng accounting, dahilan sa ayaw nyo ng finance, then you can't really escape that that utility. No? Hindi ko sinasabi yung that bread, sinasabi ko yung that utility. Utility na gagamitin mo si marketing, sa ibang marketing subjects, and even sa thesis nyo sa dulong-dulo. Okay? I should know, I have paneled also in a marketing thesis. So alam ko yung mga requirements nun. All right. Okay, so I leave you, class, to go over this course learning outcomes. Let's just focus natin yung, okay, so sige, tingnan natin itong briefly yung learning outcomes natin. Okay, you should be able to explain the concept of simple interest, simple discount. Okay, magkaiba yun, no? Pag sinabing simple interest, ano ibig sabihin ng simple interest? At saka ano ibig sabihin ng simple discount? And how do we do this? We will solve problems. We will use formulas in order to compute simple interest and simple discount. And then, aside from simple, titinan din natin yung compound interest. Okay? And then, we will compute for the present values. Okay? We will compute for the amount. Kunyari, hindi natin alam yung amount. We will learn how to compute that. We will learn how to compute the interest given certain cash flows and the rate or the time. So ito yung mga sinusolve. Usually, dapat alam mo yung other measures bago mo mako-compute yung present value, yung amount, yung interest, yung time. Okay? So this is more quantitative in nature yung ano natin. Okay, what tool are we going to use? Okay, ito yung medyo I'd like to get your opinion, no? Kasi meron akong isang class na ganito that's fully online. Okay, of course, since fully online kami, talagang Excel-based yung ano namin, yung class. Ito, hybrid tayo, no? So, every Tuesday, syempre, mag-Excel tayo. At on Fridays, okay, so it really depends, no? If you're able to bring your laptop, since I think most students anyway bring their laptops to school, okay, that's the best scenario na dala niyo yung laptops niyo kasi pwede natin gamitin pa rin si Excel sa ano natin. Kasi in the real world class, nobody really uses the calculator anymore except for yung mga nasa palengke, yung quick computation. Pero yung pagko-compute ng, for example, you'd like to compute for an annuity of 1. Tapos gagamit ka ng, unless you're using a financial calculator, okay lang. Pero kung gagamit ka ng regular scientific calculator, medyo masalimuot pa yun, no? Okay. Unless, sabi ko nga, kunyari, may kausap ka, tapos kailangan mo lang quickly i-compute yung isa, tapos alangan naman bubuksan mo pa yung laptop mo. So just a quick and dirty computation, okay lang ginagamit yung calculator. Okay, so if you can bring your laptops on Friday, then that will be good. But if not, okay lang. Okay lang. So siguro, maybe we can arrange the room in such a way that you can sit beside your somebody or not really beside. Hindi ko nga alam kung ano magiging arrangement ng seats natin eh. Kasi wala pa naman tayong face-to-face, ano? So let's see. Friday, ano pala tayo? Online din pala tayo. Next week pala. Next Tuesday. Okay? So let's see how the room arrangement will be, how it's arranged, and then we'll get it from there. Okay. Now, isa pa titingnan natin yung annuity, no? Ito, importante ito. So raise of hands lang, guys, please. Pa-chat na lang. How many among you have heard or know what an ordinary and an annuity due is? Yes or no lang, please. Just to, parang poll lang, quickly. Gusto ko lang malaman kung alam na ba ng class to. Kasi kung ABM kayo, I'm sure you were exposed to this also in your senior high or junior high school class. Paki-chat please guys kung the question is, have you encountered how to compute ordinary annuity or annuity due? Yes or no lang, please. Go no, no, no. Good. May yes. Okay. So we have the house is divided. So meron mga no. Karamihan no. Pero marami din yes. No? Okay, that's good. Kasi this is an opportunity to learn. If you haven't encountered that, that's good because that will now, hopefully, you gain knowledge by understanding what annuities are. For those of you who already know, that's good because konting review lang din, no? Konting review. Okay, so maybe it's best for me to show. Ano na lang sa internet na lang natin hanapin. So let me show this. Bukas tayo sa Google. Open tayo and let me just quickly ordinary annuity. Yan, ordinary annuity versus oops, nawala. Yan. Ordinary annuity versus annuity due. Let me just explain to you. Okay, let's images tayo. Tingnan natin. Okay, let me see. We can find here. This one. Okay. I think this is a good illustration of kita nyo, plus yung mga formulas, no? Imagine, ika-calculator niyo yan. Sa Excel, function lang yan eh. Tingnan nyo. Of course, we're still going to learn that. Pero, practically, kung tutusin, wala nang sa tunay na buhay, wala nang nagagayan. Either they carry a financial calculator or they carry their laptops with them. Ano nangyari dun sa... Okay, it's taking some time. Okay, let's visit this site. Very sorry guys, I don't know if it's the weather or... see, it's taking some time to load. Yan, annuity due. See, yan to. Let's wait for this. Yan, okay. Can I copy this? Copy image. Let me open an Excel file. Kaya ito na-copy. Copy image. Yan, okay. So this is the difference between an annuity due and annuity ordinary. If you take a look at the timeline, so time 0 is now. Okay, this is 1. This means after one period, the period can be 1 day, it can be 1 week, it can be 1 month, it can be 1 quarter, etc., or it can be 1 year. So these are equally spaced interval of time. Okay, so kung daily itong mga spacing nito. And this one, PMT, that's your payment. This is now the cash flow. Okay, and notice the PMT, it's constant. Pare-pareho siya. So kung 100 to, dapat 100 yan. Okay, so the ordinary annuity, okay, it begins at the end of the first period. So this is the first period. Sa dulo niya, doon nagsisimula yung cash flow. Okay? That's where the cash flow begins. Let me see if I can use this. Hindi ko alam kung hindi pa pwede yung bakit I can't see the ink sa Office 365. I've been trying to check it, ink tools. Ito naman siya. Pero ayun. Pero ayaw, it's grayed out eh. Okay, ink tools ayaw. So it doesn't work in Office 365. Okay, sayang. Anyway, ibig sabihin hindi ko magagamit. Okay. All right, so ordinary annuity. Notice the cash flow, whatever that amount is. Let's say it's 100, 100, 100, 100. It starts at the end of the period. On the other hand, annuity due, as the name suggests, due immediately. It starts at the beginning of the period. So here there are 5 cash flows, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Dito din 5. 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Okay, so pareho lang sila. No? Pareho lang ng cash flow na 5. Nagkakaiba lang sila sa kung saan, when the cash flow starts. Okay, of course, there will be differences if we compute for the present values of ordinary annuity and annuity due. There will be differences. Now, as I said, finite yung number of periods. No? Now, what do you call if this is now infinite? Kunyari ito kasi sabi natin hanggang year 5 lang to. Okay, year 5. What if this goes up to infinity? Would anyone identify how do you call that cash flow? That type of annuity? Any guess from anyone? Have you encountered that term? Everyone? Paano kung walang katapusan yung cash flow? Meron ba nun? Yes, meron. And how do you call that? Call it letter P. It's called a perpetuity. Okay, so yun ang tawag doon, no? Perpetuity. Let me write it here, perpetuity. Okay, siguro i-share ko na lang din sa inyo itong Excel file na to for your reference. Mas maganda pa yung yung 2016 na Excel kaysa 365. Although yung 365 kasi maraming features siya. Okay, I take back my word, no? Mas maganda pa rin talaga yung Office 365, yung Excel na sa Office 365. Okay, so these are annuities, and then if you extend this forever and ever, that's what we call a perpetuity. Can we compute also the present value of a perpetuity? Yes. Yes, we'll show that. Kahit na walang katapusan, yes. Okay, pwede natin makompute yun. Okay, so that's the mathematics of finance for you. We'll do that when we go to annuities. All right, let's go back to our, let me close this. Hindi ko lang alam kung itong machine yung talaga mabagal or both, pati yung internet mabagal. Okay, so let's go back to our discussion. Let's go back to our syllabus. Right, so learning objective natin yon. Matutunan natin not only the simple interest, simple discount, compound interest, compound discount. We need to also, goal natin dapat, by the end of this course, you should understand what ordinary annuity and annuity due, what they are, and also yung mga present values nila, present values. Okay, also the concept of time value of money. All right, and then ito yung second half natin, financial concepts, theories, and frameworks. And then importante sa atin yung generation ng project. We'll have a project which is financial ratio analysis, and that will be a good group project. Okay, so I will have to modify this kasi meron tayong final project which is a group project. So hindi ko yata nalagay dito yon. So please don't use this first. I'm going to modify this. Okay, final exams, most probably ang final exams, of course, final exams natin, it might be face-to-face, no? Okay, face-to-face yung final exams natin. So kung ano yung ang final exams, wala naman mga pasok yan eh. So the department will arrange, usually departmental yun. Grading system, the same LaSalle system to, no? 97 to 100 gets a 4.0, and the passing grade is 70, below 70, like 69.99. Okay, that will be a failure, no? Okay, so here we have our learning plan. Andito yung timeline natin ng mga lessons na pag-aaralan sa week 1 and 2. We have here simple interest, simple discount. Okay, and then ang interest kasi, dalawang klase yan. Exact interest at saka ordinary interest. Then we go to the more, hindi naman difficult, yung compound interest. Okay, effective rates versus nominal rates, we're going to look into that. Now, ang prescribed na book is ito, no? Si Cordova Wilson, but it's medyo Philippine edition to Philippine textbook. Hindi naman siya required. If you can have a copy, then okay. If not, then marami namang, ano naman yung subject natin, guys, marami namang sources dito. That's why you'll not be required to have this textbook, but just be resourceful dun sa pag-research ng mga topics natin. Compound interest. Okay, but of course, if you want to buy, I think available siya sa national, but I'm not sure. No? And then ordinary annuity due. Okay, and these are the topics that we're going to learn in that. So as I said, these are really very practical topics, no? So ginagamit to sa investment math. Okay, so kasama na rin sa pag-discussion natin about investment also. Alright, then on October 30 to November 6, that will be school break. Wala tayong pasok niyan. Babalik na tayo ng November 8, I think, where we will now have part 2 of our subject. Ito na yung finance proper. So we will double with the very important finance principles. Example ng finance principle. In finance, cash is king. So sa finance, iba ang accounting sa finance. By the way, I'm sure you have learned that in your, maybe you have learned it in your senior or junior high. There's a world of difference between accounting and finance. Ang accounting, ang goal niyan is to be able to generate the financial statements. So it focuses on recording the transactions and generating reports in financial statements. Yung balance sheet, income statement, statement of cash flows, etc. Si finance hindi. Si finance is more for decision making. And it uses the output of accounting in order to generate decision making processes. So yun ang kaibahan. Finance is more analytical. Okay. May analytical din sa accounting, pero ang main thrust talaga ng accounting is more on the generation of financial reports, and also for another important aspect of accounting, which is part of their audit process, is the assurance process. So yung mga audit firms, they give assurance to the public that they have reviewed the financial statements and they have found it to fairly represent the operations of the business. Okay, so iba guys yung finance. Ang finance, medyo ang roots niyan, it's a multiverse na field kasi kumukuha siya ng inputs from economics, kumukuha siya ng inputs from social sciences, kaya meron tayong behavioral finance, Kumukuha din siya ng inputs from accounting and even from marketing and various fields. So that's why I said finance is a multiverse na field, no? Okay. So here we have the different financial statements, the balance sheet, the income statement, and financial ratio analysis. Okay? And then ito na yung third quiz pala to, no? I failed to show you ano yung quizzes natin. So minimum of 3 quizzes. The first quiz is after simple interest and simple discount and compound interest, compound discount. Okay, then you have annuity. After annuity, all types of annuity, we have your quiz. And then you have the last quiz will be your finance. No? Baka split din natin to kasi medyo mahaba din to. No? So let's see. I want to split it and have at least 4 quizzes so that I can cancel the lowest. That's what I normally do. Gusto ko mag-cancel the lowest para to give you an opportunity to have a higher grade. Okay, so we have what we call 4th hour activities. Yung 4th hour activities are activities that you have to do on your own. So this is outside the classroom. So for example, you will have to watch The Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not sure kung nasa ano to eh. Kindly help me na lang, class, if you can also find this in YouTube. I think nasa YouTube din to, no? Kasi baka iba walang Netflix, no? So unfair naman yon. If you can find this also, I'm not sure if I saw this in YouTube also. And then yung Big Short. No? Si Big Short. These are very good movies about investments. And meron pa nga isa may isa pa to, no? Hindi ko pa nalagay. Yung trading places, maybe, or the corporation. Okay, so it's either the corporation or trading places, which will be part of your 4th hour activities. There is a required output for that. You have to watch that and show proof that you watched it, and then reflection paper. Okay. All right. So below are the references. Okay. Let me pause for a while. Is there any question, clarification about the syllabus? Don't be ashamed, class. Any clarification, any question which you might have before we go to our lesson proper? Okay, so let me put it this way. If so far the discussion has been clear, sige, pakichat na lang clear or yes. Okay, so that I'll see the affirmative. Okay, thank you, Rafi, thank you. Let's wait for the others. Yan, Mark, Sophia, Armand, Jason, Michaela. Okay, it's going too fast. Thank you so much. Okay, wala akong nakikitang question naman. Okay, thank you. Thank you guys for your cooperation. I really appreciate the quick response from your end. Okay, so let's start the ball rolling. Let's start the ball rolling by going to our first lesson. And yung simple interest. So, ito yung pinakamadaling pinakamadaling topic natin, yung simple interest. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go to simple interest, and I'm going to use this PowerPoint, and then i-share ko na lang sa inyo itong PowerPoint na to. No? Okay, module 1 natin, simple interest, aka simple discount. Okay, so what's our objective in this module, module 1? Okay, our objective is to learn how to calculate, demonstrate your capability to calculate simple interest and the maturity value. So dalawang measures to, no? Simple interest and maturity value, both for months, years. So it doesn't matter kahit quarters or weeks, kaya natin. Pag naiintindihan natin yung concept ng interest, at saka yung paggamit ng rates at saka ng time, then it doesn't matter kung anong term ang binibigay, anong rate ang binibigay, kaya natin i-solve yun. Okay? And then, ika-calculate natin yung simple interest and the maturity value using exact interest and ordinary interest. Kasi dalawang klaseng interest. Pwedeng exact interest yan or pwedeng ordinary interest. Okay? And then, ang gagawin natin, okay, we'll be asked to find an unknown value. So for example, pinapahanap sa atin yung principal. What's the principal? Okay? What is the principal? You can only solve for this if you know the rate or the time. Kung kulang either rate or time, hindi natin masasolve yan. So if you want to solve a particular measure here, dapat alam natin yung dalawa. Kunyari, pinapasolve sa atin yung rate, dapat alam natin yung principal at saka time. Pinapasolve sa atin yung time, if hindi rin natin yung alam yung rate, hindi natin masasolve yung time. Kung ang alam lang natin si principal, we will not be able to solve for time. Okay? So, this is more arithmetic, guys. So, this is really quite easy. I'm sure you'll find this very elementary. Okay, so magsimula muna tayo, no? Okay, so let's take a look at this. The formula to compute for your maturity value is just equal to the principal plus the interest. Okay, now it goes both ways. The principal can be the principal for a loan or the principal in an initial investment. Okay, kasi dito ang nakalagay the amount of the loan, okay, or the face value. Or this can be the amount of the investment. So it doesn't matter if it's either a nangungutang tayo or nag-i-invest tayo. We call the base amount as your principal. And then pag nangungutang tayo, syempre, it's expected that the firm or the entity lending us money expects something in return. Okay, in the real world, wala nang magpapahiram ng pera, no? Na wala tayong stake doon. Na wala silang wala silang interest. No? They expect something. Okay, and that's called the interest. So the sum of the principal and the interest is called your maturity value. So the interest is a function of also the principal and also the rate, the interest rate, and also the time, the period. So if you know the principal, the rate, and the time, then we are able to compute for the interest. As I said, the maturity value can be taken either from the perspective of borrowing money or investing in a certain vehicle, investing in a fund. Both ways, may interest din. Okay, and both ways, if we sum up the principal and the interest, we call it maturity value. Okay, so let's have some very basic examples. No? Okay, napaka-basic na example na to. Okay, the formula for simple interest, okay, which we will denote as I, is simply equal to PRT. So it's equal to principal times the rate times the time. Now, there's one very important thing here. Okay, yung rate, in the absence of any qualifier, the rate is always assumed to be annual. So kunyari, ang sinabi lang 5%. Okay, huwag nyo nang tatanungin, monthly ba yan o semi-annual? No need to ask kasi the rate will always be stated as an annual rate. Okay? If there's no qualifier. However, pag sinabing 1%, 1% ano na yan? Monthly rate na yan. Iba na yon. So yung 1% na yon, monthly yon. Okay? But with no qualifier, with no description, pag sinabing 10%, annual rate na yan. And that's very important kasi kung titingnan natin yung i-multiply siya sa time, di ba? So given the annual rate, dapat yung time din natin, annual din. Hindi pa pwedeng annual rate yung ginagamit natin, tapos yung time natin weekly. Hindi pa pwede yun. So mali yung magiging sagot natin dyan. Dapat merong one-to-one, ano yan, one-to-one correspondence. No? Kung yung rate na ginagamit natin monthly, then okay, yung time natin dapat in months. Okay? That's a basic rule in computing for the interest, no? Okay, tapos kung kung ang interest natin binigay semi-annual, so dapat yung period din natin yung time semi-annual din. Alright? So kung binigyan tayo ng rate na annual, tapos yung period months, hindi natin pwedeng i-multiply diretso. We will have to convert. Either convert the rate into monthly rate and then use the monthly period. Okay? Or convert the period into year and use the annual rate. Okay? So dapat annual rate, annual yung time. Okay? Monthly rate, monthly yung time. Weekly, dapat pareho. Okay? Let me pause for a while. Clear ba yung concept na yan? Kasi sa exam, kunyari, nagbigay ako, binigyan ko kayo ng weekly rate, tapos ang binigay number of years. Hindi mo pa pwedeng compute, no? You have to convert one to another. Okay? Alright. So, pause muna ako. Clear ba yun so far, class? Yung parehong month, parehong year. Okay, good. Good. So I'm just making sure that you get this, no? Okay, thank you. Okay, so sample lang, no? Very basic example lang to. So let's copy this, lagay natin sa Excel. Doon tayo sa Excel magano. Kasi hindi ko naman mapapakita yung calculator sa inyo. Let me just use this. Okay, oops. Ano bang ginawa ko? Ang i-copy ko na lang yung para yung i-copy ko yung box mismo. Okay. All right. Okay, so here we have a very simple problem just to illustrate yung how to compute for the interest and the maturity value. Okay, since we already know this. Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you, Ethan Crystal. Okay, salamat. Crystal mud yan, ha? Hindi naman crystal mud yan. Crystal clear. Okay, thank you. All right. So meron daw borrowing to, no? Umiram ng 40,000. Okay? For 6 months yung loan. Okay, ito sinabi pa annual interest rate. Tuloy, parang inano lang to, no? Kahit natanggalin ko tong annual na to, interest rate, ibig sabihin annual yan. So, don't have to ask me, for example, sure, ano ba to? Annual ba to? Okay. Baka hindi ko nasagutin yung tanong na yan, no? Kasi dapat clear sa atin yan. Alright, so let's identify yung principal natin. This is the amount borrowed or amount invested. So the amount borrowed is 40,000. Okay? And then, ang sabi, the rate, let's call it rate. The rate is at 4%. And of course, even without the statement annual here, the word annual, alam pa rin natin na annual yan. But the time, the term or time, pareho lang yun, is 6 months. Okay? So the interest, using the formula, no? If you use the formula, function f, okay, bakit yun? P times R times P. Okay, if we use this formula, P times R times T, and kunin natin yung product, no? Easy way. By the way, guys, in this subject, we'll try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I would love to mentor you on how to improve your Excel skills. No? Pause muna ako. I'd like to, I'd like to have a quick survey On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is the lowest. So i-survey yung Excel skills nyo, and 10 being the highest. Okay, ano ibig sabihin ng highest? Highest, ibig sabihin, marunong kayo gumamit ng Visual Basic for Application ng Excel. Programming ng Excel yon. Marunong kayo gumamit ng solver function ng Excel. Yung mga advanced techniques. Marunong kayo ng Power BI, Power Query. Okay, that's 10. Lowest, you know how to open Excel pero yung mga basic lang na pagkikiin ng numbers. No? Pin natin 8, 7, marunong kayo ng VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, lookup functions, and now sa Excel 365, XLOOKUP. Okay? So marami ng mga bagong functionalities sa mga bagong versions ng Excel. You know this? Okay, so honestly, guys, I'd like to have a survey. Don't be ashamed. Okay, nobody will ostracize you for keying in your own number. So this is an honest to goodness. I'd like just to see scan the environment, no? Scan yung class kung ano ba yung proficiency nyo sa Excel. Just an honest to goodness estimate, no? Kung nasa mid kayo, comfortable kayo with Excel. Hindi kayo natatakot na navigate through that. Okay, sige. Thank you. Yan. Wow, good. 6, 6, 4, iba 5, iba 3. Okay. Thank you so much. Yan. All right. So we have a different levels talaga. That's to be expected. So some are at level 3. That's good because that's opportunity to grow then. Some are at level 6. Also opportunity to grow kasi pretty sure you're going to learn other new things. Okay. Thank you, Nicole, for that personal assessment. So pretty soon you'll also, in this subject, I will introduce you to several functionalities in Excel, which will really make working with Excel really fun. And yung mga marketing guys, gamit na lang Excel ah. So do not ever think na walang gamit ang kasi may marketing analytics, no? Okay. I do also do some, minsan nag-workshop ako, seminars on marketing analytics. No? All right. So back to our lesson. If we, for example, nagamit nyo na ba itong function na to? Ito. Ewan ko kung nagamit na to, yung product function. Siguro dati, i-ano nyo lang yan, ita times, no? Pero pwede natin i-product yan. Control Enter. Okay, so you get 9,600. Ito yung interest kung i-apply natin yung formula na PRT wrongly. Bakit? Kasi ito, annual rate to. Diba? Ito, ano to? Months to. So hindi pa pwede. Hindi natin pa pwede i-multiply si year kay months. Right? So what do we have to do? Okay, either convert this into months, okay, and you can use this. So ang makukuha natin, interest per month. Or convert this into year, okay, this will remain as year. So what we'll be getting is interest per year. Okay, you see the difference, no? You see the difference. Sige, i-check muna natin yung yung annual interest, no? Okay, so this is equal to, ano yung formula natin? Principal. Okay, minsan, okay, so let me just introduce this. Minsan, okay, again, another survey, ha? Quick survey lang. Who among you, yes or no lang, know how to make use of the name function? Ito. Ginamit nyo na ba to? Can you see this upper left? Ito. Who among you have used this name function and give special names to your cells? Yes or no? No, sige. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, good. Yan, diba? Sabi ko, opportunity to learn, no? Opportunity to learn. So let me inject mga mga functionalities. Okay. All right. So kasi ang usually nagagamitin natin dito, let me use this one multiplied by 4% multiplied by This one. Di ba mali yan? Di ba? Kasi pag minultiply natin yan, you're using a rate that's annual and then a term that's monthly. So we have to convert this, yung months, dapat i-convert din natin sa year. Okay, so how do we convert months into year? We divide by 12. Di ba? Yan. Divide by 12. Okay, enter. So this is the correct annual interest, no? So ito yung annual interest natin. Okay. Now, you can compute the monthly interest. Pwedeng monthly i-compute natin. So how do you compute for the monthly interest? So back here, principal times rate natin. Pero yung rate natin, gagawin natin monthly. So yung 4% na annual, i-divide natin ng 12. That will give us the monthly rate. And then multiply natin. Pwede natin i-multiply ito ng 6. And so if you check this one, I highlight this, and then function, this one, you can see now this is the monthly interest. Ito yung interest per month. Yung 4% na yan, per year yan. Okay, binalik ko na muna. Alright? Oops, sorry, saan ako nagkamali? Wait, huh? Principal, six months. Wait. 6 divided by 12. Okay. Yung principal kasi, okay, sorry guys, sorry, I can't use that here. Okay. Kailangan alam natin yung ano, yung principal kasi na yung 40,000, that's for the whole duration, ano? So we cannot use that dito sa problem na to. Okay, so I stand corrected here. I'm very sorry about this. So i-delete natin to, no? Hindi pa pwede to. Okay? Kasi yung 40,000 yan, that's for the whole term of 6 months. Hindi natin alam yung per month. Okay? Kaya we cannot compute that, yung monthly interest. What we can do is hindi rin. Okay, so let's just leave it at there. So yung interest natin for the whole year is annual and it's 800. Okay, back to what I was mentioning a while ago, yung using the named range. Okay, itong 40,000, if you're going to use this always, no? Kunyari, pupunta ka dito, tapos pag i-link mo siya, kunyari, you need that amount, yung 40,000 na yan. So what's the long way to do it? The long way to do it is equal to, and then pupunta ka dito sa sheet number 3 na to, ililink mo siya doon. If I press enter, makikita mo na ito, it tells us kung saan sheet number nang galing yun, tapos kung anong cell D6, dito daw nang galing yun. Sa sheet 3, and then D6. So that's what we used. Ang mahirap niyan, plus, kunyari marami na tayong sheets. Tapos hindi mo na alam kung asa na yung number na yun. Okay, so one good way to address that is to give this a name. Okay, so you can use this. Itong name, ang tawag dito name box. So let's give this a name. Tawagin natin itong principal. So what you do is to type it here, principal. So dapat naka-highlight yung cell na yun. And then write principal and then enter. You have to press enter. Enter. And then when you click this, see, may principal ka na, no? Ibig sabihin, itong D6 na to, hindi na siya tinatawag na D6. Ang pangalan niya, principal. Unlike ito, so this cell is C6. No? This cell is now D6. So, ano advantage ito? Just a simple advantage is equal to, okay, if you're going to keep on using that, okay, pwede ang gawin nyo, you can type P. So when you type P, di ba lalabas yung mga function R, okay, Notice ito, principal, yun, no? Kita nyo to? Wait. Yan. Can you see this? No? Principal. Yung principal na yan, that refers to yung 40,000. If I click this, yan, tingnan nyo. When principal was typed, it linked here. Right? So, times your rate, you can also give this a name, times your time divided by 12. Okay, and it's more intuitive. Kaysa naman nakalagay D6. Control Enter, 800. Right? If I go here, kunyari may ano pa ako dito. Right? And then I type. So I type is equal to PRIN. Ayan o, yung principal. Yan, di ba? Oops, sorry. Ulit, PRIN. Andun na yung una, tab. Yan. Control Enter. Yan, di ba? Ayan. Binigay na niya kung ano yung value ng principal niya. Kasi we gave it a name, yan, principal. And it was able to recognize that yung principal na yan is actually this 40,000. Okay, that's just a simple use, no? Pero marami pang iba. Marami pang ibang use ng named ranges. I'm just introducing you to some functionalities. All right, so we have computed for, okay, any questions so far, guys? Kamusta ang pace? Pag medyo mabilis ako, you can stop me, no? And ask me to repeat. Okay, again, guys, sorry, I'll keep on asking questions because I want to know if you're still with me. Are you still with me? Okay, so far, yung pag-compute ng interest, pag-compute ng yung paggamit ng named range. Okay, thank you. Yeah, good. Good. Okay. Okay, mag-insert lang ulit ako ng isa pa, no? Yung named range. Okay, good. Two ways to do that. Pwede yung dito isulat or pwede nyo i-arrange yung cells in such a way that magkakatabi sila. Pwede yan, no? Highlight nyo yan. Okay, highlight natin. So ito yung name, no? Tapos ito yung value niya. If I highlight this, itong dalawa lang, no? Okay, kahit sama na natin itong term. Term. Okay? Yeah. Alright, may tinype ako, no? I type Control Shift F3. For some of you, kung yung function yung nasa taas ng keyboard, Control Shift Function F3. Sa Mac yata, if you're using Mac command function, Command Shift F3. Okay, then it will give this, sabi, no? Create names from values in the left column. So hinulaan niya. Ang mga names daw, sabi niya, nasa left column. And true enough, tama. Ito yung bibigyan natin na pangalan kay principal, kay rate, at saka kay term. So click ko to, left column, tama to. Okay? And then let me now use that. Principal, and di ba? Ayan si principal. Times si rate. Ayan, no? So let's go down. Yan si rate, no? Tab. And then times term. Ayan si term. Tab. Ayan yung tatlo. So ginamit siya sa formula ni Excel. And then we have to divide it by 6. By 12 plus, sorry. Divide by 12. Right? Principal times rate times the term. Okay? So enter, 800. Okay, so mga additional features lang ni Excel yun. And finally, okay, we can now compute for the maturity value. Maturity value will simply be equal to, okay, it's the principal, okay, plus the interest. You can give this also a name. No? Hindi lang natin binigyan ng name, but you can give that a name also. Okay, so the maturity value is 40,800. So ang gusto lang natin malaman dito, how do you compute for the maturity value? And of course, we can compute it by adding the principal and the interest. Okay. All right. So check natin kung pareho yung answer natin. Dito. 800 yung interest, no? And then maturity value is 40,800. The same. All right, then okay, let's see, meron pa tayong time. Let's see how far we can go. How about this? Okay, so this time, ang binigay sa atin, 1 year. So hindi na 6 months, 1 year. Okay, so this is okay. Papalitan lang natin yung 6 ng 1. Okay, this is already yearly. The rate is yearly. So we can now multiply straightforward. No? 40,000 the principal, the rate is 0.04, and then the time is 1. So that's 1,600. Okay, so your maturity value is 41,600. Okay. All right. So very simple, very straightforward. Okay, let's go now here. Okay. Another example. This time it's 18 months. So similar to the first one. 6 months yung nauna. Ngayon, 18 months naman. So ganun din. Since yung rate natin annual, yung term natin monthly, hindi pa pwede natin i-multiply. So kailangan convert natin si months into monthly. Right? So divide by 12 again. So you notice that the interest is now 2,400. Eh, kanina 800 lang. And if you can see the formula, kasi yung formula, makikita natin na there is this is a direct relationship between interest and your principal, your rate, and your time. Yung principal natin at saka yung rate natin, hindi nagbabago. So yung time natin nagsimula at 6 months. No? Ang interest natin 800. Tapos na doble yung time, naging 1 year. So what do you notice happen to our interest? Na-doble dyan. Na-doble din, naging 1.6. Tapos ito naman, naging times 3. No? Compared to 6 months. So times 3 din yung naging interest natin. Kasi nga, tingnan natin yung formula, principal times rate times time. Okay? Principal and rate is not changing. So time lang yung magbibigay ng increase sa interest. But if, for example, principal doubled, rate trebled, and term quadrupled, let me repeat that. No? Dito lang sa Excel. Okay, if your principal na doble siya, no? And then si rate na triple siya, and then si term na naging 4 times siya. Okay, what will happen to the interest? Your interest now will grow by 2 times 3 times 4. Okay, so that's 24 times. Compared to yung original. Alright? So, kasi, bakit nagiging ganon? Kasi nga, may direct relationship si interest at saka si principal, rate at saka si time. Kasi tingnan nyo, multiplicative yung formula. PRT. So, i-double yung principal, doble yung interest. Now, that cannot be said of compound interest. No? We'll learn either next meeting or next week. Si compound iba, no? Iba yung ito linear yung relationship niya. Si compound hindi, exponential yung relationship niya, which we're going to show. Kaya nga meron tayong tinatawag na the power of compounding. Okay, so we'll discuss that in greater detail as we move on. All right, so maturity value is very easy to compute. You just add the principal, okay, plus the interest, then we get now the maturity value. All right, we have a few more minutes. So let's just start with this. So there are 2 types of interest. It can be exact interest, okay, and the other one is ordinary interest. So either exact or ordinary interest. No? Usually ito ginagamit sa mga banks or Isa sa government. Gumagamit siya ng exact 365 days per year. So, ano yung magiging difference nito? Okay. So, let's start with exact, no? 365. Ang gagamitin natin 365 days. Alright, on March 4, si Bench daw borrowed 50,000 at 5% interest. Copy nga natin to. Control C. Okay. Ito natin kay Excel. Okay. So ito, umiram daw ng 50,000. No? Ang tinatanong, interest at saka maturity value. So kaya natin to, no? Principal, a rate, and then time. Yun lang naman yung tatlong yun to get the interest. Okay, what's the principal? It's 50,000. 50,000. What's the rate? The rate is 5%, so no need to ask kung annual yan. And then, binigay yung dates, no? March 4. March 4 hanggang July 6 daw. Simulan natin March. Magbibilang tayo, no? Let's just first count. March 4, so April, tapos May, tapos June, tapos July. All right? We have to know the number of days between March 4 and July 6. July 6. Okay? All right? So quickly, March 4, hanggang March 31. Okay? Okay, medyo March 4. Okay, March 4 to March 31. Ang tanong, ilang days to? So how do we compute for that? Okay, just get the difference, 31 minus 4, and then subtract 1. Mag-subtract 1 ka kasi hindi period to eh. So hindi natin bibilangin yung 4. Ang bilang natin dito, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, ganun yung bilang natin. So because when we compute interest, we're really looking at the periods. No? So hindi yung number of days, but the number of periods. So March 34, 31 to 4, 31 minus 4, that's 27, minus 1, so 26 dapat. No? Si April, ilang days? 30. Si May, ilang days? 31. Si June, 30 days. Okay, si July, 6. Kasi hanggang July 6. And then if we sum this up, dapat out equal to yan. Okay, so it's, wait, huh? Wait, 4 to 5. Hindi, sorry guys. I'm looking at a different rule, no? Dapat, March 31 to 4, pag inano natin, if we, hindi lang guys, ha? Sorry about that. So ito, 27 na to. No? Okay, kasi periods na yan. 4 to 5, 5 to 6. If we count those periods, 27 periods yan. So you have 124 days. So ang time natin dapat, 124, and then divide this by 365. Okay, why divide by 365? Kasi exact yung kinocompute natin. So our interest will be, interest natin, time na guys, may I have a few seconds lang. Okay lang ba? Okay. Few seconds lang to, no? Ito. Okay. And then the maturity value will be equal to the principal plus the interest. Okay. There. So it's 5849.32, around that. Tingnan natin yung answer natin sa PowerPoint. Okay, 5849.32, exacto. Okay, so let me stop recording now.